Of course they should be charged. This video is brought to you by The Officer Tatum Store. The Officer Tatum Store. Get the merch link in the description section. Also put a discount code, keep it 100, keep it 100, and you'll get 20% off the entire store. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live or make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, for the first time in a long time, I see that some form of government law and order is taking effect in a more meaningful way. When you go to a school and you decide to rat-a-tat-tat and your parents, whom you live with, are culpable because they should be paying attention to their kids. Ain't no way in the world my son gonna be this crazy and I ain't gonna know what's going on. And it gets worse. It gets worse. I'm going to play this clip so you can listen to it. It gets worse. This is one of the most culpable group of parents I have ever seen. They could have 100% prevented their nut job kid from going into a school and doing what he did. 100%. And after I play the video, we're going to talk about it. But however, I think that more than just the parents and this kid should be charged, the school should be charged. How you let the boy go into school, he writing these notes of shooting up the school, and then you just let him go to class. Well, his parents didn't take him home. Man, y'all, look, bro, get out the school. Sit in the principal's office. You ain't, let me check your backpack. You already crazy, and you threaten and doing other things that are indicative of a young man that's probably going to go to the school and do something stupid. And the school does nothing? Okay. Don't listen to B. Tatum wrote a film.
Accused of killing 4 students and injuring 7 other people at Oxford High School, now facing criminal charges alongside their son.
The charges are as follows. James Crumbley is charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. Jennifer Crumbley is also charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter.
Okay, so let me just explain the involuntary manslaughter real quick because people may not understand that. Involuntary manslaughter can also include, according to Michigan law, that if you do things, create a situation through negligence that results in the death of another person, they can charge you with involuntary manslaughter. That means that you didn't intend to do it, but the circumstances in which you perpetuated led to the unnecessary death of another person. The parents are being charged because they were culpable in his actions that led to the death of other people. Roll the film.
Son Ethan Crumbley charged as an adult with 24 crimes, including first-degree murder, attempted murder, and terrorism, after investigators say he stormed through the school armed with a semi-automatic handgun that prosecutors say his father James bought for him and failed to adequately secure.
Now, let me talk about this terrorism thing. I think one reason is because he was impersonating a law enforcement officer. I think that could lead to a terrorism charge. I'll look into that more. I don't know exactly why they did that. Maybe he had something that he wrote down on a piece of paper in a form of terrorism. Maybe in the state of Michigan, if you do what he did, is a form of terrorism. So I have to look it up specifically. But I think because of his impersonation of a law enforcement officer and some of those things created an environment in which they could charge him for terrorism. Roll the film.
These now deleted Instagram posts were described in detail by the Oakland County prosecutor.
First of all, a 15-year-old don't have no business being on Instagram. A 15-year-old has no business being on Instagram. And the boy is on Instagram posting a gun in his hand. Now, we're going to talk about the gun laws because it wasn't necessarily against the law for him to be in possession of a handgun. And I'm going to show you in the law, and I'm going to tell you why. I wrote a film.
When she announced charges against Ethan Crumbley's parents. This is from Ethan Crumbley's Instagram, posted the day the gun was purchased. The prosecutors say the parents' culpability surrounding the November 30th shooting can be traced back to November 29th, when a teacher called Ethan Crumbley researching ammunition, the school reaching out twice to the parents.
Jennifer Crumbley exchanged text messages about the incident with her son on that day, stating, quote, LOL, I'm not mad at you. You have to learn not to get caught, end quote.
Then there was the morning of the shooting when the prosecutor says a teacher confiscated a drawing showing blood and a handgun with the words blood everywhere and my life is useless. The Crumbleys were called to the school and told to get Ethan in counseling. The prosecutor saying they were resistant to pulling him from school, so Ethan was allowed to return to the classroom.
Now whose fault is that? No. Whose fault is that? The parents' fault, Ethan's fault, and the school's fault. You just read that he wrote this stuff in a letter. I'm sick of my life. I mean, if you have I want to go to a school and do something I ain't supposed to do starter kit, this kid has the starter kit. It has the starter kit. And the school let him go back to class. After he had made these statements, it wasn't just the parents that were aware of this. The school was aware of these statements. The school was aware of his behavior. The school, it don't matter what you do at home. That's the parents is responsible for what happens at home. The school is responsible for what happened at school. Do you know how crazy mad you would be if you saw that a kid at your child's school had given these signs and symptoms of a lunatic and the school just let him go back into class because mommy and daddy didn't want to take him home? Oh, God.
That a parent could read those words and also know that their son had access to
what about a school
weapon that they gave him is unconscionable, and I think it's criminal.
Okay, so you know, Dummy McDumdum, because I wanna say that the lady is acting in good faith, but no, you need to charge people at the school too. Now let me show you the law because I think it's important. The law regarding a minor in possession of a gun, because some people are gonna wonder, and I was wondering the same thing before I looked this up. How in the world is it even? Why would they even flaunt that they illegally gave a kid a gun? So according to the Michigan law, a person under the age of 18 generally may not possess a firearm in public except under the direct supervision of an adult 18 years of age or older. So him being in possession of the gun at his house is legal. Even if he was in public, it would be legal if he was in the direct supervision of a person 18 or older, which would be his parents. Let me just continue to read. A person under the age of 18 may possess a firearm while at or going to or from a recognized target range. You can, ski. You can also go if you're hunting, stuff like that. So minors can possess firearms underage if they are supervised by adults. A minor cannot purchase a handgun. You have to be 21 years or older. You have to be 21 to have a handgun license according to Michigan law right here. So people may be confused that, okay, how in the world were they posting this online and they didn't go to jail over that? It's because technically you can buy a gun for your child. Technically they don't. You can buy a gun for your child. They can't own the gun. But if you take them shooting, you can say it's their gun, right? But these parents are incredibly negligent. They were incredibly negligent. They knew the boy was doing it. Mama was co-signing, looking for ammo. They know he crazy. You know your kid's crazy. There ain't no excuse. You know your kid crazy. I would know if my kid was crazy. I ain't finna get on TV and lie. I know you crazy. And you're going to have to pay those consequences. But I'm glad they got charged. I think this was the right decision. However, they need to go further and discipline and or charge people at that school, because I think it was, they were culpable as well. You let the boy go back in the classroom and he was a nut job. So let me talk about this other case, because I want to add this part in here, because I think that those parents shouldn't be the only parents being charged with their kid going to the school shooting people. Y'all remember this young boy? Island boy. Y'all remember this boy? How is his parents not charged? I think his parents should be charged too. This kid is underage, illegally in possession of a firearm, taking it to the school. First of all, he's selling drugs. They came out and already said it. I made a video about it. He's selling drugs. And I bet his parents know he's selling drugs. He's selling drugs. He ripped somebody off. So now he's carrying around a gun, which he's posted online. He got the gun online, posting it. He got the gun in possession of it in your house, where you take care of the boy. And you know he in there selling drugs. You know he got a gun on him. He go to the school, get into a fight, shoot people, kill people. Well, he didn't kill nobody. I think one person was critically injured. seriously injured, and the other people were wounded. And his family get on TV and say he was bullied, which was a complete lie. They are culpable. It's not as egregious as the other one, but I would argue that the family is culpable. They made a lie up and said he was being bullied. There's no evidence in the school system that he's being bullied. There's no reports of bullying. And the police chief, who is black, said there's no evidence of bullying. This had nothing to do with bullying. But the family comes out with their family attorney, or she may be a family member, but she's one of the spokespeople for them, came out and said it was bullying. Knowing they need to be investigated, knowingly and intentionally creating an environment in which, and then Dallas laws may be a little different. Dallas still have the same laws on the book as Michigan when it comes to charging parents at being culpable. So they're within firing range of saying, no, those people don't get a pass. They need to go to prison. They could have prevented all this, but they don't take care of their kids like they're supposed to. These people are the same way. What's the difference? Your kid is selling drugs, go into a school and shoot people, and just because they didn't die, somehow you get off. I think every family who kid cut up and do things while they're living in your house is on you. There has to be culpability with parents when the kids are living in your house under your rule. You need to be responsible for them kids. You can't just say, oh, no, it's not my fault. I didn't know little Johnny was. No, you taking care of little Johnny. Little Johnny don't get to shut the door on his bedroom. If little Johnny cutting up, I need to know what you're doing. Little Johnny, I'm going through your phone. I got my son, I go through his phone. I could go through his phone from my phone. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. You asleep in the living room. If I can't trust you in your room, you're in there doing something, I think you're going to sleep in the living room. I'll make you sleep in my room. You don't get to have your own room. You don't get to have a quiet time. I take the door off the room. People want to be their kids' friends. They in the basement cooking up stuff. You better know what your kid's doing. And I look, I've been there and done that. I grew up in a diverse environment. Just and some of y'all know what that means. I know what selling drugs look like. I know what thugging look like. Ain't no way in the world you could tell me that your kid is doing this and you don't know what's going on. Man, get out of here. Go to jail. All y'all need to go to jail. Raise your doggone kids right. Now, when they move out your house and they cut up, they ain't got nothing to do with you. You did your part. They cutting up while they under your roof, there's consequences. Anyway, like and subscribe to the channel. Comment in the comment section. I love you guys. Appreciate you. Get the merch. The Officer Tatum. I forget to say my book is out. My book is out. It's available. Go through and read the book. My first book, Beating Black and Blue. Go get it, beatingblackandblue.com. The link is in the description section. Why am I not promoting my book more? It's out. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it within 1 day. Free shipping. Go get the book. Love y'all. I'm out.